let's learn how to create a table. The first thing you have to do is to determine how many cells you need. I had 5 icons to position, and I chose the design you see. Here are the 5 icons. I could have placed them in a straight line or in a square. With a table, you really can do a lot. It's best to actually draw out on a piece of paper how you'd like the table to look. Just you have to think ahead and play in your own mind the design you'd like. If you look at the table I created, you'll see that there are 3 columns and 4 rows. Each of these squares is called a cell. That's where the image goes. I decided to place 1 icon in the top row in the center, 2 icons in the second row separated by an empty cell to make space between them. Nothing in the third row. I wanted to create space between the second row and the fourth row. You'll really understand this when we create our own table. I liked it this way because it is a lot less crowded. So let's create our own table. We turn editing on. We get into the editing section of the main course page, the introductory section, which is where we're going to put our table. You can put a table anywhere you want, but because we're replicating what we did in the training course, we're going to put it in the introduction section. Click on where you want the table to go on the page. Click on, expand your toolbar, click on Insert Edit Table, and here is the dialog. If we replicate what I created in the other class, we're going to put 3 in the column field and 4 in the rows. Cell padding is the space in pixels between the cell wall and cell content. Sounds like biology, but it works. I entered 10. Cell space is the space between cells. I'm also entering 10 here. A trick of the trade. Once you create a table, to alter it or check its attributes, all you need to do is click anywhere on the table and right-click, and you'll see all the options. This is what I mean. This is the table that I created already. I right-click, and you see Insert Edit Table, Table Properties, Delete Tables. We're going to learn what all of these different labels mean, but if we click on Table Properties, you'll see exactly what I did. 3 columns, 4 rows, 10 for pixels for cell padding, 10 for cell spacing. You also see that I aligned it in the center. What that means is that all the images that I put in the table will be centered. I always insert a value for width and height because I can change it later. It's easy to work with. I'm going to insert 100 in each. Again, this is pixels. There is something else, border. Almost forgot that. I usually don't enter a number in border because, as you see here, I don't have a border. You see these little perforated lines around it that defines the walls of the table. But I want you to see what a border looks like, so I'm going to put in the number 10. We like that number. Insert. And what you see is a table, or the beginnings of a table, with the cursor is in the middle of the cell. You can make this bigger if you want and get a better view of it. This is where you would put the image. Here is the border around the table. You can decide to have the border or not. Later we're going to learn how you can change the color of the border, and you can even change the individual cells. If we go back to our course main page, we're going to save changes. This is what it looks like. There's nothing in the middle because we haven't entered anything into the middle of the table. Next videos, that's what we're going to be working on. Right now, go and play with tables in your own class.